Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Log execute.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we took on the Goldenrod City Gym leader, Whitney, and her terrible Gnarl-type Pokemon, including her devastating nightmare of a Miltank that has been the ire of many Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver players throughout the years. With that obstacle out of our way, we are free to progress onward toward our next gym battle, but first, I want to take a detour here at the National Park, north of Goldenrod City. As it is a Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, we can participate in a bug-catching contest. Well, actually it is Tuesday, as you could clearly see from that message. The rules are simple. You can bring one Pokemon in with you, the first Pokemon in your team slot. You have 20 minutes to catch a bug-type Pokemon that will appear. Only certain Pokemon can only appear through this bug-catching contest. You're given 20 Sport Balls, which are basically like Pokeballs, but with a different design to them. And you must attempt to catch something impressive to win the contest. The contest will end when you either run out of Sport Balls, the time expires, or you end up retiring of your own volition through a button that appears in your bottom screen. So, with that, I'm going to be bringing in Beefy, as he is my dedicated catcher, and I want to make sure that I try and catch something here. So, we will be going on with this. So, with the National Park activated this way, we will not have any trainers that would normally be in here, and the Pokemon available will change to fit the bug catching contest. And I'm mainly doing this because there is one Pokemon that I want to catch in this area that is only available through the bug catching contest. Well, you're pretty rare, but you're not who I want. Honestly, I do not care if I win this contest. I just want to find one Pokemon and use the special rule that I have for it. You're not it either. The special rule being the Nature Reserve / Special Reserve clause, which, for those of you who have watched my Fire Red Nuzlocke, know this very well, as it is the rule that I implored to change how Nuzlocking the Safari Zone works, so that I could catch any one Pokemon from the Safari Zone to my choice. Basically give me a bit of control over what I catch, but only to one degree. This is mainly because I never really used Kangaskhan in Fire Red and wanted to give it a go. And in this game, I also have a Pokemon that I want to use through this method that is only available in the bug catching contest at this point in the game. That Pokemon being Seipher. So I want to try and find a Seipher because I never really get to use it, and even when I did have the option to, I didn't have the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to allow me to evolve it on my own, and... Oh, speak of the devil, we found ourselves a Seipher. Okay, well now it's time for Sleep Powder, because Beefy's entire gimmick is being brought in to put things to sleep so that I can have an easier time catching it. Granted, this is going to still be difficult because even with when it's asleep, a Seipher has a 20% chance of being caught with a Sport Ball. Actually, maybe a little less. So this might be difficult. Luckily, I think that I can... Oop, did not mean to do that. Okay, that's more like a 9% chance now, so maybe I'll be lucky. And that's at full health. Dang, so close. Luckily, this thing is only using False Swipe, which can never kill you, and okay, I really need to stop jumping the gun. This has got... Okay. I seriously hope... Okay, it did use Pursuit, but that's a Dark-type move, and that's resisted, or at least I thought it was. Let's put you back to sleep, and maybe this time you'll actually be caught. I certainly hope that you'll be caught, because the way that the scoring in the bug catching contest works is that it's based on a specific rarity of the Pokemon, which Seipher is one of the 100 pointers that is from the most rarity, and thank goodness we got it. Thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. Anyway, as I was saying, the points for the bug catching contest are based on Pokemon's rarity, which Seipher and Pinsir are the rarest Pokemon that you can find here, being 5% encounter rates and being worth 100 points for that reason. The individual values are IVs of the Pokemon that you encounter, so it's going to be a bit randomized every time. And the amount of remaining HP that the Pokemon has when caught, which for a full health capture with a Seipher, that's pretty much a guaranteed first place, so thank goodness for Sleep Powder. I will have to heal Beefy a little, though. Anyway, William got third place with a Writhing Venonat for 244 points. Bugcatcher Egg caught a Wriggling Pinsir for... how many points? 302. Not bad. Let's see how I did by comparison. Because I knew I was going to win. Seipher, who caught a whopping Seipher. Awesome. That gives us first place. 355 points. That's actually pretty high. I think that means my IVs were pretty good, because that HP stat was only like 46. And for winning, we get a Sunstone. Not the best evolutionary stone, but useful nonetheless. And I'm going to give Seipher a nickname, as this is a Nuzlocke, so we're going to use the nickname Jin, which if any of you have seen the anime Samurai Champloo, you will probably recognize that name. Anyway, with that taken care of, we can now move on to our next objective, which is progressing out of National Park and on toward our next destination. But first, I want to go over a slight change to the team. I removed Jason and brought in McBeal, who is a Hoot that I caught in Ilex Forest through the FHH clause of my Nuzlocking rolls. An adamant-natured Hoot, so plus attack minus special attack. Not the best nature for her, but fine enough for the short term. I don't plan on having McBeal stick around. And the reason that she's so good for me is that she has Insomnia. For those of you that don't know, the 4th gym of the Johto region is a Ghost-type gym, and for those of you that also do not know much about Ghost types, they can't really damage normal types with their stab moves, and they like to put Pokemon to sleep, so having a Hoot with Insomnia is pretty much the best thing that you could possibly get to fight them. So it's going to be pretty useful. Anyway, did not mean to back out. Let's swap McBeal to the front. And you know what? I'm going to put Langstrom in second, because I think that there will be double battles coming up. And I want Langstrom to have a chance to shine. Anyway, I should actually probably heal, now that I think about it. Let's see. Yeah, might as well just use some potions. See if we didn't take too much damage. But I definitely want him to be at full strength, because we do have a bit of catching to do. Anyway, with that taken care of, we can now move on to Route 36. I know that I haven't caught anything on Route 35. I was holding off until we could approach it from a different angle, so hopefully we'll run into something cool. But for now, we've got a Psychic to deal with. And sending out Abra, okay, so some good special attack EVs for McBeal, even though McBeal right now doesn't really have the best special attacks to use, but Uproar is pretty strong thanks to using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to make it Gen 5 power of 90, so pretty useful. And you're just going to keep using Flash, that's kind of annoying, but okay, that's really annoying. But we're good now because Uproar. However, this does put me in a bit of an awkward position because if he has something stronger that can actually deal damage, this might hurt. And he does, a Kadabra. That is very dangerous. Come on, survive, survive, survive. Oh god. This might be a bad idea. Okay. I'm gonna swap. And you know what? I know that I just said that I hope that Beefree's gonna be okay, but I really don't want to lose McBeal after all that talk of how good she is for the upcoming gym. And I know that Kadabra has synchronized, so this is probably going to put me to sleep, but honestly, I feel that it's safer to do that than... or not. Okay, thank goodness. Now to just gust it down. I know that I could bring Pariah out and gain some... and use his ghost moves, but he only has Nightshade right now, so not the strongest, and he's also part poison type, so Kadabra would easily take him out. Okay, another Abra. Not going to waste much time with this one, I'm just going to put it to sleep. And Gust. If I do manage to encounter an Abra on Route 35, I'll probably leave with Beefly. For those of you that have a Ghastly and haven't trained it up to the point that it's forgot a certain move, you might want to keep it around with Mean Look, because Mean Look can shut down a Wild Abra from teleporting away, and thus give you all the time you need to catch it. Ooh, and now we've got McBeal evolving, so pretty much set up straight for the 4th gym. Granted, she'll need a little training before we actually take on the gym leader, but I can easily handle that. Alright. I believe this way is going to be to Route 35, but since the grass is right here, we might as well check things out, but I'm going to swap Beefly to the front, just so that we can encounter our Pokemon. And alright, I know that I used Growlithe and Fire Red Nuzlocke. For those of you that didn't see it, go watch. But I'm actually pretty psyched to have a chance to catch this, because I need a backup fire type in case something happens to Ash, and better to be safe than sorry and all that jazz. So I know that you know what? I'm gonna just throw a Pokeball at it, but which one? You know what? I did get all these fastballs, and you might be just fast enough, I'm not sure. But let's see how you do. You look good in a fastball. Yes! Okay, good. Well, I don't really have many names in mind for you, so I'm just gonna go with... You know what, I don't know why this is coming to mind, since he's not a fire user, but... I'm gonna go with... Fuse. Alright, well that's good. I'm gonna avoid that guy for right now. And we have come to the main gimmick of this route. I'm gonna be swapping Victoria to the front, because I know what this is. There's an odd tree. Use the squirt bottle. Seipher, use the squirt bottle. The odd tree doesn't like the squirt bottle. The odd tree attacked. Yes, this odd tree was a Pokemon, and not just any Pokemon, a story Pokemon known as Sudowoodo. A rock type that looks like a tree. I personally won't be catching this. It is meant to be Johto's version of a Snorlax, but it is so bad that I would not want to use it. And personally, I feel like the other story event or interactable Pokemon that we can encounter are far better, so I'm just gonna magnitude this thing down just for the experience on Victoria. I'll be surprised if the thing survives, because while it does have it actually has decent defense, but not for long. Kind of surprised that it's actually faster than Victoria. It must be a plus speed nature. That, or I'm just not remembering the natures all, or that I'm just not remembering the base stat distributions of these Pokemon all that well. Anyway, didn't survive. Oh shoot, that's actually pretty strong. Okay, luckily it shouldn't survive this. Alright, that was maybe a little too close for comfort. And Victoria learns Rollout. I definitely want that over Rock Throw. Because while it is weaker than Rock Throw, starting at 30 power and the same accuracy, it'll double every time, and when paired with Defense Curl can be a real knockout. Which, if Victoria does need to stay on, that will be a pretty useful move. That was fun. That's an odd thing to say. I want to give you this for entertaining me. Seipher obtained the berry pots. With the berry pots, you can grow any berry from any region, with no worries. That's right, I'll give you some berries too. Berry pots won't do any good without berries. Obtained Oran berries and Pecha berries. Alright, well, now we have the main way to gain berries that you could, that outside of using the Pokewalker or getting them from trainers you battle. I personally am glad to have this because I'll be able to grow berries off screen, and now we have the road to Violet City opened up again, so we can quickly run to a Pokemon Center. And heal up just before we do anything else. Gonna quickly swap my team around again because I do want McBeal to lead the way. and Langstrom, since I think that he's also about to evolve. At least to my memory. Yeah, 22 is it actually, now that I think about it. I suppose as we make our way back to Route 36 and 37, because that is the next route that we're heading to, I have been actually taking Langstrom to the haircut salon in Goldenrod City's underground. I didn't show it on screen because, frankly, I don't really see much point to it. There are just some weak trainers down there, and then the haircut salon brothers and Ed, old woman that sells bitter medicine stuff that is basically just a worse healing item that lowers your Pokemon's friendship. Anyway, before we move on, I do see some more grass, so let's go see what we can find in Route 37's grass. Actually, from doing that, I gotta switch briefly to the front, because once again, catcher. Okay, a Stantler. Pretty good. Alright, well, sleep powder. And just because I don't feel like we'll have an easy time catching this thing, at least compared to the Growlithe, I want to use Confusion. I think that this thing has the stats to take at least one hit. Okay, that did like a third. So now let's try a Pokeball. Not a fastball. What to do? You know what? I only have, you know what, let's try a Friend Ball. I don't really expect this to work because it's the same catch rate as a Pokeball, but if it works, instant happiness. Okay, nope. And it woke up, and it used Stomp. Okay, well, Sleep Powder again. Okay. Well, let's try for a... Don't evolve with a Moonstone, so a Moonball won't work. Let's try a Great Ball. Okay, great. Not really sure that I'll use this much because I do know that Stantler's stats are pretty poor, but if I don't have a better normal type later on and I need a normal type for whatever reason, this will be useful. I don't really have a good name for you, so I'm gonna just go with the generic Ambi. Alright. Okay. Now let's swap wheel back to the front. And we got a double battle against these twins, so let's see how we can do. Okay, probably not the best idea to bring two flying types to this, but hopefully we can just get a U-turn in on Mareep. And of course McNeil missed. And we got paralyzed, but Langstrom is using U-turn, so he's coming right back to me. And I'll send in Victoria. Luckily, McBeal's special attack is pretty good, so we should be able to... You know what, I'm not going to risk that. I'm just going to use Magnitude to attack the entire thing. Use McBeal's Hypnosis again, which thankfully hits this time, so I'm going to be able to get a good hit. And Magnitude 8 should damage both of them and do decent damage. Langstrom grew to level 22, so he's gonna evolve after this. And let's just peck this Meryl, and you know what, Rock Smash. And there we go. And Langstrom is evolving. And there we go, we have a good backup for the next gen, because while Golbat can be hit by the ghost types due to it not being normal, it is pretty strong and pretty fast. Anyway, I want to avoid those other two trainers, so we're just going to go the long way around. And more Stantler, okay. Also, I guess I didn't actually really pay attention if the Stantler we caught actually had Intimidate or not. Intimidate is the better ability, but I don't think that we actually got it, so I guess we were a little unlucky, but oh well. And right, I forgot, this is a dead end, so gonna have to worry about the double battle after all, which I think has two normal types, so at least I think, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've played or Gold and Soul Silver, more so than Fire Red. Well, glad that I caught you and Iluxworth, because I honestly feel the diversity of Stantler is better. Alright, let's just go up. This should be the last battle of the episode, so hopefully this goes quick. Sandra and Wiggly. So Clefable and Wigglytuff. Langstrom's paralyzed. Probably should have taken care of that. What? I'm just gonna confuse Ray, Wigglytuff. And thank you, Hypnosis, for hitting. I know that you have 60% accuracy, so that was pretty much a gamble. So hopefully this goes smooth. And Defense Curl, okay. Well, this isn't going to hurt as much, but should at least do something. Let's peck the Clefable, and you know what? U-turn. The Wigglytuff. I know that McBeal doesn't actually have the best attack stat, but I just need to work with it for now, because it's going to be a bit till she gets an actual special attack to really make use of her stronger offensive skills. Well, I say a while, but it's really only going to be a few levels, if I remember correctly. Anyway, Technical Fable, and Magnitude the entire opposing team. Magnitude 7, so doing pretty good on Magnitude luck. Granted, it would be better if that defense curl wasn't up, but this beggars can't be choosers. And another Wigglytuff. Great. And let's just do another magnitude. Another magnitude 7. Getting pretty lucky. Okay, thank goodness we avoided the Sing and another Clefable. Alright, well, magnitude again. And Metronome. And she's using Razor Wind. Well, that's not anything to worry about, and magnitude 9, getting really lucky. I suppose I should say that in double battles, moves that attack both opponents have their power halved, since they are attacking all the opponents. So don't expect anything too strong from them, from hitting both opponents, but oh well, it's fine. We managed. And with that, we can now move on and arrive here in Ecruteak City. And we see somebody's blocking the Pokemon Center. Okay. Hi, I'm Bill, and who are you? Bill? Don't you recognize me? I mean, I know I changed my outfit, but come on. Seipher, huh? You know what? I'm the one who developed the system to transfer Pokemon, but it couldn't have been done by me alone. For example, do you know the Hoenn region? The girl Lynette from Hoenn made the Pokemon storage system easier to use. My friends all over the world are working together to improve the Pokemon trade and storage systems. I have to hurry back to Goldenrod and see my folks. Bye-bye. Okay, well that was odd. Well, we'll probably want to go see him in Goldenrod, but for now I'm just going to heal. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to do in this episode, so with all that taken care of, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.